again. So we just got back from church and now we have to go figure out the sheep situation, and I also have to go feed my steer because I was not able to feed him before church. So let's go. Kiki, baby, what are you doing? What are you doing, Kikis? Oh, you're pooping. Today we got chicken wings after church for lunch, and so we're just giving all the bones to the kitty cats. They like that kind of stuff. Once again, they're white. Okay, so this ice is solid frozen, and I was like, oh, I wonder if I can stand on it. Well, not really, but I can rock this huge sheet of ice back and forth, just confidently. Okay, so I didn't really get the whole thing unbroken. It's pretty darn thick, and I had to chop through that, so I'm not gonna be able to break up the whole thing. I broke it up into like 3 big pieces and shoved 2 pieces underneath this huge slab, so that way the horses can drink, and hopefully that'll work. Okay, so our theory yesterday is that if we shook the grain in a container, the sheep would just want to follow the grain and we could take them from one house to the other. However, that's not going to work because they don't want to. So we are now going to we hicked up the trailer, and we're going to try to get the sheep inside the trailer instead this time. Okay, so we are now at the other house, and so my dad is gonna pull the trailer, back it up a little bit, so that way we can get kind of closer to the sheep. I am going into the loft, our barn loft right now, and I'm gonna get this bag of grain that's up here, and we're gonna shake it to get the sheep attracted, like I did yesterday. The only thing is it's kind of sketchy because this is like very up and down ladder, and this grain bag is a little bit heavy. I'm gonna just try to plop it down there. Let's see if this works. Okay, that worked. Okay, so I filled up one of these coffee cans full of full of grain, so I can shake it, and the sheep will hopefully come running. But then I dropped it and spilled some, so we have to fill it back up. That's good. Finally. Come on, Mildred. Frankenstein wants some. Come on, Mildred. This is Mildred. She's supposed to be pregnant, hopefully. Yes, good, baby. Okay, so these 3 we're hoping they're pregnant. That one's a male, so you better not be pregnant. Frankenstein, you cannot have it. Okay, come on, sheeps. Okay, dude. Come on. Good baby sheep. Come on, dude. Let's go. You gotta be kidding me. So that's actually the reason we're moving them, is because they're pregnant. The horses and cows will kill the baby sheep, so we have to put them in a solitary place, and we're gonna move them to our other house to do that. If you look at her bags, her udders, they're getting kind of full, so that means babies are coming soon enough. Come on, sheepies. Follow the grain. Very funny little sheeps. Okay, now I got all 4 of them following. Just gonna kind of dump some of the grain on the ground so they stay attracted. Here comes the hard part of hopefully getting them to go into the trailer. Oh, not hard, I just wandered right in. Wait, hold on, wait for the other one. Shoot, number 3 is not going in. Where'd she go? Oh, wait, hold on, Papa, hold on, she's coming. Go on. There we go, hold on. You like that, Frankenstein?
Now the others are coming.
Oh no. Twigger and Blondie. What are you guys? You guys want foo-foo? Look how tall he is compared to my dad. What are you thinking, Blondie? Trigger. Trigger is my drill team horse. Freedom Riders. Okay, so I put the grain back. Well, I'm putting the grain back, but look how much easier it was to just use the trailer than walking them all the way from one house to the other like we were trying to do yesterday. Okay, I just lugged it up all these stairs. And now hopefully it'll be good inside the loft. Whew. Pipey, come on. What are you doing, sweetheart? Come on, we gotta go. Come on. I jumped on the trailer. Just held it on. Why are you sinking, little sheep? You are very stinky. Ugh. Fun fact, sheep actually breed in the Burr months. So that's September, October, November, December. So, fun fact. And then they have their babies like December, January, February. It's kind of always random with sheep, so that's why we're bringing them in now. Now we have to get some grain and shake it over there to get them into that white barn over there. Look what I just found sitting in the dirt. We buy like 1,000 of these and the horses always learn how to take them off. These are called tail bags. Piper calls them chew toys, but they're actually tail bags, I promise. It's a little like sock that we put the horse's tail inside of, and it's supposed to keep their tail from like getting trampled on, getting muddy, and it's supposed to help their tail grow longer and not get trampled on or chewed on by little maniacs like her. Okay, so I'm gonna borrow some of his grain to shake it so that way the sheep come running and I can put them in their pen. Luckily, they're halfway there. Open up this gate. Come on. Come on. Okay. Good. All of them right. Here's some Diamante. Not nice. He just tried to bite him, jerk. Here's some. I guess you can have some. My dad wanted me to hurry earlier so he could go get the sheep because I have to study for my exams that I have this week. But I didn't have time to do his water, which is very frozen and dirty. And I don't know if me stepping on it is just gonna break it. But maybe it will. Ugh, this water is pretty bad. I literally cleaned that out. Not yesterday, but the day before that. You just get the dirty so fast. I'm not going to clean it out right now, but I am going to clean it out later. I just have to go inside and study for a while. It's funny. No matter what I do, somebody's yelling at me. My dad is more like farm-oriented, and my mom is more school-oriented. So if I tell my mom, oh, I'm going to go help Papa because he told me to, I get yelled at. No, you need to be doing school. And if I tell my dad, oh, I can't go help you, I have to go do school like Mom told me to, I get in trouble. So, you know, all fun stuff. I just broke this ice like an hour ago, and it is already starting to crystallize on top and turn into ice. Like, you've got to be kidding me. But the fish are somewhere around there. I'm not sure where. Hiding. Well, anyway, the next few weeks we should be expecting some baby sheep, so that'll be fun. And after that, baby puppies. So, keep following along for more. This is my sister's new dog, Gracie, and it's following Piper around it. It's funny, I was like, oh, I'm done. And my dad's like, did you give him water? And I'm like, So now we have to figure out a water situation. They've already helped themselves to the hay, you see. There's a water spigot here, but I need to find a trough. And not just any trough, but a trough that won't leak. Look at that, I found another tail bag. Finding all the tail bags today. Okay, gonna kind of clean this trough out a little bit. Okay. Let's see if we can dump this out. Dude, there's grass behind here, and there's like actual green grass. It's wintertime, like there's snow. No green grass. Okay, now we just have to drag it into their pen. The horses are like, what you got? You got fufu? I hope it fits right underneath this panel, but I don't think it's going to. Wait, maybe? Oh, the side with the crack does. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, I got it like halfway, and it's being very stubborn. It's not going underneath at all. And then I'm realizing this trough is not that heavy. I could have just picked it up and thrown it over the top. And it's not going under, so I think I might have to do that. Okay, that time-lapse video may not make it look very hard, but it was a lot trickier than it may have looked. However, all the ice that was inside the trough is now all broken up, so that's good. I'm praying that there's not going to be any holes in here because I really do not know what to do if there is. I don't have another trough option. However, that should be the least of my concerns right now because right now I'm going to figure out how to get a hose for that thing. Lord have mercy. Now you might be just saying, why don't you just borrow the hose from your Sears pen? And I might do that, actually. That's probably what I'm going to do. But I know from experience that sharing hoses with two different troughs is such a pain in the butt. However, a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. Dump this out. Whew. Okay, there we go. Now, I can't keep it right there because that's where I pitch all my hay at, and I don't want it to get covered in hay. So I'm gonna move it here. Right here next to the faucet. Okay. So far, so good. Poor sheep, they're so thirsty. I don't know how I didn't realize it before, but there's a hole right there. And all the water just flows out of it. This is very annoying. However, this side looks good. What if I just propped it what if I just propped it up like that? Then the hole is on the top. And you think that would work? Am I dumb for thinking that? Of course that's never gonna work, but I'm gonna try it anyway. This is obviously not a permanent solution, but I really don't know what else to do right now. So I have two choices. I can either leave this for the night and figure it out tomorrow morning, or I can figure it out now. I don't know. The thing is I literally do not know where there is any other troughs. My Seer has 5 troughs in his pen. I'm literally saying I don't know where there's any troughs. 1, 2, 3, 4, and even that little white one over there would work. 5. But there's not just 5. 6, 7. Don't use it against me. 8. 8 troughs between 2 steers. Okay. It's okay, guys. I am sane. Only this much, though. This one will literally work perfectly. The only thing is we have to pray that there's no holes in this one. I'm not seeing any, but the seams on the side could be broken. Okay, so I dumped the water from the old trough into this trough. And then I filled it up, but I'm not gonna try to fill it up too much. However, pregnant mamas need water. I have 3 pregnant mamas. And I'm about to go check them and see how pregnant they are. And I'm gonna stick my hand up them and feel the baby. I mean, I've done that before, not with sheep with cows, but I'm just gonna check their udders. That is if they'll let me. Let's check Thistles first. Oh, Thistles is like, nope, we're not doing that. Okay. Well, you just have to look in between their legs. She does not look very soon. She does. You can kind of see her udders. I'm not seeing too big of bags under there, but she never does get very big. Like, her bags never get big. Mildred's going to drop hers first. That's Mildred. I would say that Thistles is going to drop her second. And Mildred's baby from 3 or 4 years ago, she always takes the longest. Sometimes she has them, like, late, like, April, May area. So I'm not going to be worried about her for a while anyway. It was a first-time mama last year, and it did not end up too well for her. So hopefully this year she'll be okay. You can tell from her belly she's very pregnant. I bet she has either twins or triplets in there. Mildred is hard to tell because she's so fluffy. Like, she's got so much fur on her. She's definitely been staying warm this winter. I mean, let's see if let me get my fingers in her. Like, it is thick wool. Thick. Her and her daughter. So the next thing we need to do is drain the hose. Honestly, I'm thinking that because we're sharing this hose now between 3 troughs, the sheep trough and then the 2 steer troughs, I'm wondering if I should just lay it down, running it downhill, and maybe that will be okay. And then all the water should just come draining out. Yep. There we go. The only thing is like, the horses could just run and kind of like get it all chipped up, but it should be fine. Okay, so now that everybody has food and everybody has water and everybody's happy and my fingers are frozen, I think I'm gonna call it good for now.